I'd like to introduce Horacio González-Vélez from National College of Ireland, who is going to explain a little bit more about the background of Digital4Business. Over to you, Horacio.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you'll see my screen. So my name is Horacio González-Vélez, and I work at National College of Ireland. I'm a professor of computer systems and the head of the Cloud Competency Center. So today, my presentation is about Digital4Business. We're extremely excited to be part of this endeavor. It's a 20 million euro project funded by the European Commission from December 22 until November 26. And the idea is to get a digital transformation and upskilling in Europe for businesses. This is created by businesses for businesses. And the idea is to have a deeper understanding of tools, platforms, and concepts, and we include certifications. All that is located, further information, at the digital4business.eu website. So that's next one, please. So from that perspective, Digital4Business is bringing together a very interesting combination of partners. We're, as NCI, we're the coordinators, and we have three other leading universities here. We have Bologna, the oldest university in the world, Linköping in Sweden, and Nova de Lisboa in Portugal. So these four universities are to deliver as a single academic entity, a joint European program. But this is underpinned by companies like Adecco, LHH, and ACA Italia, who are the biggest employer in Europe, SkillNet Ireland, government agency in charge of employability, Terawi, Microsoft VAR provider, Matrix, a digital marketing agency, a European DTSL in charge of running the ICT SkillNet and a number of other projects in ICT, as well as Schumann, a consultancy based in Brussels. Not least, we have two associated partners, Certiport for certifications and Digital Europe for that. So next one, please. And what is our landmark project? Our landmark project is the European Masters in Advanced Digital Technologies. This is a groundbreaking program. It's not just yet another master's, it is a joint European Masters. And what does that mean in practice? That means, before I finish that one, sorry, before I finish, that means in practice that it's 60 CTS. That means a 1 year in full time, 2 semesters, potentially level 7. We have micro credentials and a postgrad certificate. But it's jointly delivered by the 4 academic partners, underpinned by the industry. Next one, please. And the idea is to have advanced digital skills. That means beyond just basic digital literacy, as in using a word processor or texting and all that. So we have the latest technologies as part of the module, such as AI, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and data science, underpinned by a number of modules that are 5 ECTS that can be, I don't know, generative AI, programming, a number of others that will enable blockchain. And the idea is to drive in organizations digital transformation. Next one, please. The idea is this program was organically created by interviewing SMEs, which of course pointed out that cybersecurity, cloud, data science, AI, IoT were important. Similarly, multinational companies. And the important part is that embedded, of course, in this European degree, it's critical thinking, teamwork, communication, the self-discipline, and motivation. Next one, please. This is the program. Apologies, I appreciate it's a small, it's a very, very small, but it's just to test some eyesight. So we have, just to give you an example, we have important, the core module is digital transformation. That's possibly the only compulsory module, along with the project, the capstone project, which is the two sides. But other than these 220 credits, the rest of the 60 credit can be taken from 4 10-credit modules, which are, I will call them pillars: AI for business, data science for business, cybersecurity or cloud computing. And there are a number of modules, 8 specifically, 5-credit modules, that can be selected according to the career expectations of applicants. Interesting enough, these masters can be undertaken as full-time. That will mean in 2 semesters. This is the 2-semester option. That means a person can start in September 2025 and be graduated by next year. This time, the people will be graduating. Interesting, right? So this is highly intensive, of course, 60 credits. And there can be less intensive, 20 ECTS per semester. We call it semesters. So there are 12 weeks plus exams. So in a year, a person can also graduate in the intensive part-time, or if necessary, there is the possibility of a less intensive 15 credit ECTS, 15 ECTS per term, and in 4 terms, in 4 semesters, as we call it, they will be graduated. So if a person starts in September, new program, by December of the following year of 2026, the person will be graduated. So that's 15 credits in 4 semesters. The possibilities are endless. We have here a really breakthrough program created by industry, for industry, underpinned by academics in Europe. Next one, please. Just to give you a flavor of this, and with that, you will be happy to know that I will finish. I am basically, we designed this to the left in the first column. You'll have 8 different profiles that match with the possibilities of which modules I can take to adopt that profile. So just for the first one, if you are to become a procurement manager or interested, you will be looking at digital transformation, data science, potential ethics and governance, and risk and change management, and so on and so forth. But clearly, this is flexible and people can adopt and adapt to the modules. It's fully online, fully in a hybrid mode, so people can adapt to their busy schedule. So next one, please. And you'll be happy to know that this is the end of my presentation, and we truly appreciate your time today. So this is mine. So my name is Horacio González-Vélez, and I'm delighted to have presented to you this morning.
Thank you, Horacio, and thank you for testing my eyesight, but also for painting a lovely picture in terms of my ears. So I think that was a really good overview, and it really fills in the gaps in terms of the ambition of the project and the fact that this is really a cutting-edge qualification made by the best brains in Europe, but also underwritten and backed up by industry knowledge and industry partners. So I think that's what really is one of the things that makes it unique. So thank you for that, Horacio. So now we go to our next speaker. Our next speaker is Marika Mascitti from the University of Bologna, and it's over to you, Marika.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Marika Mascitti from University of Bologna, and specifically from the Department of Education. And I'm here to present you the first module that has, Horacio was mentioning before, is the mandatory one, the module of digital transformation. And this is basically a theoretic framework of what digital transformation is and how it is changing our culture and values as a society. So during this module, you will find 6 different topics that address the methodologies and tools of how digital transformation can be implemented in the organization that you're working with, and how digital transformation can be implemented in respect to the sustainable development goals. Also, how big data and platform society shape and changes our way of doing digital transformation. And finally, the digital competencies that are required to lead a digital transformation, but also that can be promoted for and within a digital transformation of a company. So these 6 topics will be led by academic lecturers, but also by professionals and experts in the field that can show you real case scenarios and case studies that can be interesting for you. So the study of the modules is not just asynchronous and individual, but we will propose also what we called ETVTs, which are basically projects that can be done individually and also in groups during the synchronous lectures. The module is designed for tech professionals, but also non-tech professionals. So for everyone that wants to lead a digital transformation of the company they're working with. And from the module, you will gain strategic and cultural competencies, again, to understand what digital transformation is and how it's shaping our role as professionals and also as citizens. You will gain design thinking skills and also digital literacy. And again, since it's a project-based learning module, you will also gain cross-functional and collaborative skills. And we really hope that you will enjoy the materials that we gain for you. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Marika. That was really good and succinct. And I think it just shows the efficiency of the project. We are slightly ahead of schedule, but getting a lot of information out there. So thank you for that, Marika.
Thank you.
And at this point, I would like to introduce Grace Herbert from NCI, and over to you, Grace.
Thank you very much. So hi everyone, my name is Grace Herbert. I am a research associate at NCI and I work on the Digital4Business program. I've been developing content across several modules, including blockchain technologies, quantum computing, and IoT and cloud computing. Today, I want to focus briefly on the cloud computing module, as it's the 10 credit module. Because whether you're from a technical background or a business perspective, cloud is likely already impacting the way your organization operates. The module is designed with that in mind. It's not just about understanding the technology behind the cloud, though we do cover key concepts like public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud, as well as software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. It's also about strategic insight, so helping professionals evaluate, plan, and support cloud adoption decisions in their own businesses. One of the features of the module is that it's based in practical work. So take, for example, it's a 100% assessment, project assessment module. So for that project, you have a scenario which mirrors real world transformation to the cloud. So you and your team work as consultants to guide a fictional SME through a shift to the cloud. It's designed to build both technical confidence and business critical thinking. So what do you walk away with when you do the cloud module? So First, you get a practical grasp of cloud fundamentals. Second, tools to assess costs, security implications, and long-term strategy. And thirdly, the ability to communicate cloud decisions clearly across teams. It's a vital skill in today's blended workforce. So whether you're hoping to innovate faster, reduce overheads, or improve your organization's flexibility, this module will support you with grounded, applicable learning. So that's it for me. But if you've got any questions about the module or anything, just pop them into the chat, and I'm happy to reply. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. And I think it's great that you reminded people the chat is now open, and we really want to make it interactive, but also the fact that all of the architects of this great program are quite accessible and very willing to provide further information. But I think what was really helpful there, Grace, is that you showed the real world applications. And in my day job, I see this every day, in that people struggle to bridge the gap between what's possible and actually what's applicable for real world businesses. And I think that's really one of the key pillars of this program, is bringing the next generation of digital leaders to the fore and helping them to transform their organizations. So that was really helpful, Grace. Thank you for that. And also the offer to answer the questions. And that nicely brings us on to Mauro Castelli from Nova IMS. And over to you, Mauro.
Many thanks, Jeff, for your introduction. Welcome, everyone. It's my pleasure to be with you today. My name is Mauro Castelli. I am a full professor at Nova Information Management School. That is the data science department of Universidade Nova of Lisbon. And we are responsible for providing 4 different modules within Digital4Business. The first one is data science, and then we have also generative AI, risk and change management, and business programming. But today I will talk a little bit specifically about the data science for business module. So this course is is a very important and relevant course nowadays. In particular, you will learn a very important and relevant topics. You will learn how to apply advanced data science methods and machine learning techniques. You will learn how to use advanced visualization tools and data analysis that are basically the tools that are fundamental nowadays for companies for understanding what happened in the past, why a specific phenomenon happened, and for understanding, even more important, what will happen in the future. So are a set of techniques and models that are nowadays fundamental for companies, small, medium, and large companies, for taking advantage of the vast amount of data that they are collecting and for transforming those data into relevant insights. This module, similarly with respect to the other modules characterizing the Digital4Business program, is a mix of synchronous and asynchronous activities. We have lectures, we have a lot of practical activities, and even more important, I would say, a lot of case studies that are used for mimicking real-world situations, and that, in my opinion, are fundamental for understanding how to proficiently use advanced machine learning techniques and methods. Also, we are relying on innovative teaching and learning techniques, including problem-based learning and also flipped classroom. Next slide, please. Now, why this model is so important nowadays? Well, because businesses increasingly rely on data, not only to innovate, but also to compete and to take informed decisions. And for this reason, if you want to lead the digital transformation of a company or of a business, it is fundamental to be familiar with those kind of techniques. This model is especially relevant for the ones of you who will play fundamental roles in business analytics, digital transformation, of course, and data-driven decision making. And last but not least, the model addresses the existing growing demand in Europe, but also I would say worldwide, for professionals who are fluent not only in business, but also from the perspective of data science. So thank you for your attention. I will be more than happy to answer all of your questions, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
Thank you, Mauro. And I think your last point is a really, really strong one, in that there is a growing demand for hybrid professionals. I see it every day, in that there's a big gap in organizations for people who will jump in and lead the conversation about the transformation that's needed. So I think that this is a gap that Digital4Business will help, because what we'll do is empower people to jump in and lead that transformation. So that was really good, Mauro. Thank you for that, and thank you for being available. And at this point, we will also hand over to Katharina Linden from Linköping. And Katharina, it's over to you.
Thank you, Jeff. Hello, everyone. My name is Katharina Linden. I am a researcher from Linköping University in Sweden. And we are responsible for providing Digital4Business with two modules: artificial intelligence for business and cybersecurity for business. But today, I'm pleased to introduce to you one of our modules. Next slide, please. Yes, here it is. I want to introduce you to AI for Business. It is an AI online module developed by a team of academic staff from the Department of Computer and Information Science at Linköping University. This course is designed to equip you with the knowledge and practical skills needed to apply AI and machine learning. This module will be very useful for everyone who wants to learn everything about artificial intelligence from scratch and how it can be used in real business environments. This is not just a technical deep dive. The module focuses on how AI can be used to drive business innovation, optimize processes, and support strategic decision-making, all while considering the ethical and societal implications of these technologies. So over 12 weeks, you will be introduced to the foundations of artificial intelligence, how it developed, its historical milestones, and its role in today's digital landscape. You will learn key techniques for problem solving, search algorithms, planning, and optimization, and how these underpin many intelligent systems that are used in business today. One of the most important aspects of AI is machine learning. So we will teach you all the basics and a bit more. You will explore different learning approaches, such as supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. And also you will understand how to train and evaluate machine learning models. We will also cover deep learning and look at how multi-layered neural networks work without getting lost in overly technical stuff. The module also includes practical focus areas like working with real-world datasets, using AI tools and platforms, and understanding key application areas, such as natural language processing, which is how machines understand human language, and computer vision, which enables machines to interpret visual data. Importantly, we will also examine the ethical, legal, and societal dimensions of AI. You will learn to identify risks like bias and lack of transparency, and to reflect on how to implement AI responsibly and sustainably within business context. You probably can hear a plane which is flying right now over me because we are living in the city, Linköping, which is developing modern plane. It's just testing out right over my roof right now. So our teaching approach is very similar to all other modules in Digital4Business. We blend theory with practice. The module is fully online and uses a hybrid learning model, combining live sessions with self-paced activities. You will take part in lectures, tutorials, and hands-on labs guided by experts in the field. We also use flipped classroom and problem-based learning strategies to make your learning more engaging and interactive. You will be assessed through a practical project and proctored exam in the end, each accounting for 50% of your grade. The time commitment is approximately 250 hours, including lectures, tutorials, and independent study. In short, this model will help you develop a solid technical foundation in AI, while also giving you the tools to apply that knowledge in real business scenarios, strategically, ethically, and with impact. In the end of this module, you will be able to analyze, synthesize, and innovate with artificial intelligence and machine learning. And also you will gain an advanced critical understanding of the field and will be able to apply your knowledge in business settings. Thank you. We are looking forward to your questions and welcome to the course.
Thank you, Catherine. That was really, really concise, but you covered everything. In a way, I'm glad that the airplane went by, because I think it's symbolic of the uplift and what we're going to bring to people's careers. We're going to let them soar to new heights. So maybe it's a fitting interruption. But, you know, the one thing that I took from your, well, I took many things away, but one of the things that really stood out to me was about improving decision-making and operational efficiency. But I think the other thing is that people who are part of Digital4Business will become involved in the decision-making of their companies, because they will occupy a huge and have huge knowledge as well. So they will improve, but also be involved. And I think it brings people to a new table.
I absolutely agree. Thanks, Jeff.
Okay, thank you, Katerina. And so we roll on. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Carmel Summers from Digital Technology Skills. Carmel, it's over to you.
Super, thanks, Jeff. And good afternoon, everyone. As Jeff said, I'm working with Digital Technology Skills, an Irish industry partner on this project. So Jeff, you might bring up the next slide for me, please. Super, thank you. So look, what I'm going to cover is, you know, around the Digital4Business Masters and what I call where business meets technology. So I'd like you just to take a moment and think about your smartphone. 10 years ago, it had half the capabilities it does today. 5 years ago, generative AI was barely on the public radar. 2 years ago, ChatGPT didn't exist. So what do we see from that? The pace of technology change isn't just accelerating, it's actually fundamentally reshaping how businesses operate across every industry, every organization, and every role. And this raises a critical question. Are you prepared to lead in a world where digital and business are inseparable? So let's take a look at the digital talent gap. So according to recent industry reports, 87% of executives say that their organizations face skills gaps. But here's the twist. The most valuable professionals aren't pure technologists or pure business strategists. They're the hybrid talent that can bridge both of those worlds, technology and business. So these are the professionals who understand business challenges and can collaborate effectively with technology teams. They speak both languages. They connect business goals with what technology can do and can't do. And this hybrid talent is exactly what our Digital4Business Masters program is addressing. So let's focus on digital fluency. We've heard a lot already this morning about the different modules that are part of the Digital4Business program. So digital fluency is very much our new digital currency. So I want to clarify something. Digital fluency doesn't mean you need to become a programmer or a data scientist. Digital fluency means understanding how new data, platforms, AI, and automation work at a conceptual level. It means knowing enough to ask the right questions, make informed decisions, and effectively collaborate with technical teams. So think of it like this. You don't need to be a software engineer to use an app on your phone, but knowing how it works helps you to use it effectively. And similarly, digital fluency makes you a better professional regardless of your role. So whether you're in marketing or operations, in HR, in finance or leadership, digital fluency is becoming an essential skill. And this fluency is your insurance policy for staying relevant as technology continues to evolve at incredible speed. So how can you create your digital leadership toolkit? So our Digital4Business Masters program focuses on a number of critical areas that every business professional needs in today's landscape. And you've heard some of them this morning, but I'm going to give you a couple of others and kind of layer them into the professional or the business world. So digital strategy development. Learn to create business strategies that leverage technology as a competitive advantage, not just a support function. Transformational leadership. Develop the skills to lead your organization through digital change, managing the human and the technical elements with equal expertise. Data-driven decision-making, we've heard it already. Master the art of turning raw data into actionable insights. Cybersecurity awareness. build a practical understanding of digital risks and security best practices that will protect your business without paralyzing innovation. And then, of course, ethical AI implementation. Develop the frameworks for implementing AI solutions that are not just powerful, but responsible and aligned with your organization's values. So I choose Digital for Business. Well, what sets this program apart isn't just what we teach, it's how we teach it. As you've heard today, our curriculum is built around real-world applications. You'll work on actual business challenges, collaborate with industry partners, and develop digital projects that demonstrate your capabilities to future employers or to your current organization. We combine academic experience with practical experience. So that's helping you to navigate the challenges you'll face in your careers. But most importantly, our program creates a community of like-minded professionals who'll become your network, your collaborators, and potentially your future business partners. So the call to action really from me today is the future belongs to professionals who can bridge the gap between business and technology. So if you're ready to become a leader who can envision possibilities that others miss because you understand the digital dimensions of business, if you're ready to transform not just your organization, but your career trajectory, then the Digital for Business Masters program is for you. The digital future, it's already here. The question is, will you be shaped by it, or will you be one of the shapers? So look, thank you for your attention, and I really do hope we'll see you on our master's program later this year. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Carmel. You gave us some nice references there in terms of being the bridge. And I think where business meets technology is a really nice catchphrase, but it also is extremely relevant, and you explained why. So thank you for that, Carmel. At this point, I will hand over to Matteo Martignoni from the Adecco Group. Matteo.
Thank you, Jeff. Hello, everyone. My name is Matteo Martignoni, and I'm a project manager in the Adecco Group. It's a pleasure to join you today and share an industry perspective on how Digital for Business can become a launchpad for your career evolution. Can you go on next slide, please, Jeff? Usually, when you talk about digital transformation, it's easy to focus on new technologies. But in the job market, it's people that truly make the difference. Global enterprises now require more professionals who combine technical digital skills with adaptive learning capabilities. Professionals must now demonstrate not only technical mastery, but also the ability to translate digital solutions into measurable business outcomes. But how do we turn this vision into reality? The heart of career evolution in Digital for Business Master Program is a simple but powerful methodology. Learn, apply, connect, and grow. Learn. You will gain digital knowledge from expert faculty and industry leaders. Apply. You will put that knowledge into action, solving real business challenges and working on projects. Connect. You will build relationships with mentors and professionals who can support you and offer guidance. Grow. You will develop the confidence, skills, and mindset to shape your own career in the digital world. But now let's talk about how this works in practice. In Digital for Business, we developed 4 main components. The first one is employability webinars. These sessions are more than lectures. They are interactive workshops where you practice building your CV, refining your interview skills, and learning how to stand out in a crowded job market. Second one, work-based learning and challenges. Imagine stepping into the shoes of a digital consultant, working on real projects for real companies. You will face challenges applying digital skills and strategic thinking to develop innovative solutions and promoting teamwork and practical problem-solving. Hybrid events. Here, you will collaborate with students and industry professionals on projects that push you to innovate and think creatively. Hybrid events are designed to blend expert lectures, interactive workshops, and networking opportunities to create a vibrant learning ecosystem. Mentoring. Throughout the program, you will have access to mentors who have worked the path you're on. They'll share their stories, offer advice, and help you navigate the twists and turns of your own career journey. All these activities come together to support something real important, your unique career story. What makes this program innovative is that it's not just about academic achievement. It's about you and your future. You'll have the space and support to explore different technologies, industries, and ways of working. Whether you want to lead a digital transformation in a global company, your own startup, or become an expert in a specialized field, You will find opportunities here to shape your own story. Remember, employers are looking for more than just technical skills, and we said it many times today. They want people who are adaptable, curious, and creative. This master gives you the environment, the tools, and the community to become that kind of professional. Just to finish, I invite you to see this program not just as a course, but as a journey. One where your career evolves alongside your skills, your network, and your ambitions. Thank you all. I look forward to seeing you in this innovative master program. Bye. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Matteo. Another really nice soundbite there. Not a qualification, but a journey. And I think that's a really strong point in terms of your career, your story. And that's certainly one of the big unique factors that we see with Digital for Business, where people can really make it their own journey. And I think that's really important because we are in a time where the future is a little bit uncertain. So there exists lots of opportunities for people to make it a good place for them to be. So thank you to all the different speakers that we had. I think what we've done there is really fill in a very nice picture of Digital for Business and what it is, but also I think we've added a lot of color in the last 45 minutes, where we can see, as Matteo just said there, it's not just a qualification, it's more than that, it's a journey and what we believe to be a career game changer. Now, what we have is we have allowed 15 minutes. I'm glad to say we are largely on schedule. We have 15 minutes for Q&A. So what we are encouraging people to do is to add questions to the chat. And we have a lot of experts on the call who can answer the questions. So we actually have some questions already. And the first question I have has been posed as, is the early bird discount valid if I sign in and if I pay by the 30th of June? So just to give a small bit of context, there is a discount of 10% for people who sign up at an early point for Digital for Business. And I believe Kim, who's on the call, can further expand on this question.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Hi, my name is Kim. Thanks a lot for the question. So indeed, 10% discount is applied for completed applications by the 30th of June. So not even payment, but simply the completed application. So we strongly encourage you to sign in before. Thanks a lot.
And Kim, while I have you, we might do a quick fire round because I have a few questions that I think you can answer. So I will add a few. So there's a couple that come together. First of all, asking about credit cards, installments. So maybe you could start with those two questions.
Yeah, sure. So we only accept payments via bank transfer or credit card. So very classic. Please just be aware that you need to pay in euros, and if you pay with something else, or if you have any transaction rates whatsoever, you will have to cover them. We won't be covering them. But concerning installments, sure, we're more than happy to offer installments. So we have different products. So depending on the products, we'll have different installment plans. But typically for the full-time masters, we'll have 2 installments and accelerated masters 3. So as you can see, there's a pattern. Basically, we always have as many installments as we have semesters. So the part-time masters will be available in 4 installments. However, also please be aware that the micro-credentials and postgraduate certificates have to be paid in full directly at registration. We don't offer installments for those. Thank you.
And Kim, what would happen if somebody is involved in a company and would like to register more than one person, like maybe 7 employees? Is there a discount for that? How do they go forward?
Sure. So we're aware that in order to have a proper digital transformation, we need to have entire teams that are working together within a company. So this is also what we want to encourage. Therefore, we are offering a 25% discount for companies that will register between 6 and 10 students. And if you would like to register more than 10, please feel free to contact us, and we'll do our best to find an arrangement with you and see what we can do. Thank you.
Okay. So a couple more fundamental questions, and I think, Kim, you're still in the hot seat, but you seem to have all the answers, so this is good. So first of all, when does the Masters start, and what are the deadlines involved in the application?
So the Masters, I'm not sure I'm the person for that, but the Masters is starting, I think, on the 14th of September, if I'm correct, and the application must be sent in a month before the latest. But I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I think Horacio or maybe Fanula would be
I can
the
take
ones doing those.
I
Yeah.
can take that one. Sorry. Yeah, it's a date that we cannot forget if you're Mexican, because it's 15th of September. That's Independence Day. So that's the start of the semester, and it's 12 weeks. And then the following semester will be at the end of January, if memory serves correct. So there are the two starting dates. So that's ideally people who register in time, they will have the summer off, and then they will be starting on 15th of September.
Okay, excellent. And Horacio, while I have you, there's a question has come in that I think you'll be well able to answer. So in terms of professionals who are already in the business world, but maybe are not able to embark on either a full-time commitment or to give, what are the flexibility, what are the options around people who are in full-time employment?
Well, that's a very good question. First, this master's is fully online. It's what we call it a hybrid mode in online version, in the sense that there are parts that are asynchronous and there are parts that are synchronous. In other words, the typically lectures can be taken and are designed to be taken at their own pace by learners, people who are there, and there are synchronous activities that are labs or sometimes lectures that you have to be from 3 to 5 every Wednesday or Thursday. But clearly, it might be too much to think about taking 3 modules at once, 30 credits as a full-time. So there is the possibility of taking just one module as a micro-credential. All of the 10 credit modules that are registered are also micro-credentials. So people can easily register for one module, almost dip their toes in that. So check that might be the start of a grade. We have they get the credits, they get a micro credential, and of course this is part of the master. So that is a clear option to start with. A micro credential, 10 credits. It's typical entails 3-4 hours per week, as in contact hours or work plus independent study. But that could be a good starting point for anyone who wants to see and get the program. And it can be any 10 credit module.
Okay, and in terms of language requirements and the language of the masters, Horacio, are there any I suppose levels that would need to be there in terms of English, and what are the language requirements of the project?
Typically, of course, the language requirements are English, working knowledge of English. Doesn't have to be perfect. It can be as bad as my accent. So don't worry about that. This is about understanding and being competent in the business world. So the only thing that it's important to bear in mind is that people have to be knowledgeable on that and have a working knowledge of that.
Okay, and then that leads me on to another question, which might be a good one for Carmel based on her industry knowledge, in terms of what knowledge about the topics you would need before you embark on the masters.
Okay, yes, thanks, Jeff. Look, because what we're doing with this program is very much foundational knowledge, we're actually starting from the basis that, the participants know very little about a topic, be it AI or cloud. Now, in saying that, if somebody wanted to do a little bit of reading before they come on the program, that's a good thing. I would, certainly you could start to look at maybe what some of the big consulting companies are saying around these topic areas, in terms it may actually help people to select the topics that they want to start with, whether it's AI or whether they want to start with cloud. But there is no real requirement for somebody to have a strong or a real working background in technology in order to do this program, because the whole point of it is to actually bring, to build that foundational knowledge and to take a business first perspective on the technologies that really are driving innovation and transformation and strategy in organizations.
Thank you, Carmel, because we did have a question in the chat and it relates to somebody has referenced in their company. They have project managers who are in charge of deploying technologies, but I suppose they straddle the operational and business aspects. So I think you've really answered that, but they don't need. So the point is you don't need to have an IT qualification or background.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, really, the program is targeting people who are digitally aware. So they're using some digital technologies today, and that might be just Excel or Word, or they may be using, a sales planning tool in their organization. So they're digitally aware, but they're non-technical professionals. So they're not writing code. And this is what that master's program is ideal for. It's ideal for those people who need to be able to work across both those dimensions, the business part of the organization, they're doing project management, and they need to work with the IT related teams. So this is a very suitable program for that cohort of professionals.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that, Carmel. A couple of basic questions, and maybe this goes back to you, Kim. There's a question about costs and the financial aspect of it. So could you expand, please, Kim, on the ranges, the packages and the costs of Digital for Business?
Sure. So we have 4 different products depending on your needs. So as you might have seen, we are trying to adapt in order to make the digital transformation available for as many people as possible. So that is why we have a full-time master's available for 5,200 euros. So the target group here is professionals that are transitioning in their careers, maybe younger professionals as well that would like to have a more complete CV. So that would be the target group. Then we also have other products. So we have, apologies, we have the, sorry. We have the full-time masters, we have the part-time masters as well. So this one is aimed for professionals that have maybe more restrictions in terms of work-life balance, etc., etc. So here the price would be a little bit longer, but a little bit higher. Sorry, I'm trying to find the exact prices at the time, but you need to pay for an additional year, so that would be 5,720 euros. And then we also have the postgrad certificates. So those are for short courses, so they are for 2,600 euros. And then finally, micro credentials for a very targeted learning. So that's 1,573 euros. You can find them all on our website under program fees.
Okay, thank you, Kim. And I will remind people before we sign off about the different places to get more information. But in very, very basic terms, can you tell us a small bit more about the application process?
Yeah, sure. So we have a very nice platform on the internet that is called Digital4Business.eu, and you can click on apply now, and there it's a very simple 4-step process where you have to create an account and then simply verify your account as anywhere else. And then you will go through an eligibility check. So we will just make sure that you meet the basic requirements depending on the type of program that you're interested in, because it's not always the same. And then you can just start your application and we will do our best to answer as quickly as possible. But in general, you should have about 1 month of decision time.
Okay, very good. Thank you for that, Kim. And as you mentioned, it's digital4business.eu. Probably everything that you need can be found there, whether it be on the website, on the platform, or a link to somewhere else. Okay, so I'm just going through the list of questions. I think we have answered just about every other question, but what I would say to anybody on the call is that our channels are quite responsive. So we have a channel on LinkedIn. We also have the website. You can register your interest on the website. There's various different ways to reach Digital for Business, and I think in all cases there will be quite a responsive and quick answer. So I think if we have no other questions, we may move to start to wrap up. I think based on today's discussion, all of our different contributors displayed a lot of passion, a lot of knowledge, and I think anybody who's on the call can see that the architects of this digital masters are really invested, and really some of the brightest brains in Europe, whether they be from universities or business. I think one of the points that was made really powerfully was that Digital for Business is the bridge. It's where business meets technology. I think words that I heard many, many times were flexible, applicable, future-proofed. And I think anybody who's on the call probably needs to ask themselves a few questions. I mean, do you want to be a digital leader? Do you want to make a difference in your organization? Do you want to uplift your career? Are you looking for a career game changer? Well, in all of these different cases, the answer may be Digital for Business. And I'm happy to say that Digital for Business is now open for business. Also with a early discount for people who can register in the next month. So that's a really good thing as well for some people. So at this point, I'd like to start to wind up. I want to thank all of our different speakers who brought a lot of energy and knowledge. I'd like to thank everybody who submitted questions and showed interest. At this point, there's various different options open to people. People can register their interest at digitalforbusiness.eu. You can follow any of the different channels that you will find there. And start the application process today would be a good start. And at this point, I just want to thank everybody. It was a really lively discussion, and it's really nice to see Digital for Business is open for business. And I think it's the start of something exciting that's going to make waves in Europe. And I want to thank everyone for today. So thank you and good luck.
Thanks, everyone.